Shalom. Call hello Allah Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which means all praises to Yahweh, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father, who you people ignorantly call God, by Hashem in the name of Yahushua, which is the name of the only begotten Son, who you people ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Those are the true names of the Heavenly Father and the Son. Plus, I'm going to give a shout out to the Akim that's pushing and spreading this word throughout the four corners of the earth, who's also uplifting the names Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Also to the confusion of faith brothers and sisters out there whose bloodline traces back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, our forefathers, though you may look like one of the other nations, the heathen nations that you're scattered amongst. Saints, if your seed line do traces back to one of these tribes through the man, and if your spirit bear witness with this word and this truth, and you can receive it, if these do apply to any of you confusion of faith brothers and sisters out there, you are Israelites. If these do apply, though you do look different to the few Akwaf, which is you sisters, once again, that do listen and learn, Shalom. To the elect of the nation of Israel, whether it may be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, where his words going out to, Shalom to you as well. To you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you combine, consist, and make up the 12 tribes of Israel. You are the Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of the Most High Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Okay? And I got an article that I wanted to go in on. Let me type it up. News. This is it. This BBC News, and it says why U.S. bird attack on humans are on rise, and this came out yesterday. Okay, so I'm gonna read this some of this article. It says bird attacks on humans are growing more common as people continue to encroach on bird nesting territory. Wildlife expert warns. Mary Hyman was walking her dog around a lake in downtown Denver, Colorado, and I believe this could be an Edomite, in late July when a bird started flying uncomfortably close to her head. Before she knew what was happening, the bird body slammed you in the back of the head, flies around frantically, and then goes back in the bush, she told the Denver Post, not police, Salakia. It's funny, she said, just started startling when it happened. And I'm going to play this video. Listen to Edomite right here. Edomite, so-called white man.
It won't go for cars because they're too big. But we've come through as a group of cyclists and never been attacked. So I think it's just because I'm an individual.
You see the problem on Esau? Esau just don't get it. Talking about things just because I'm an individual. No, it's because you Esau, man. You destroyed the earth, man. That's another topic, man. You destroyed the earth and then expect nothing to happen to you, man. It said this man gonna see terrors on all sides, man. You got the other nations mad at you. You got the animals mad at you. You got the earth itself mad at you. Okay? But you too prideful to see it. But you gonna see it real soon, you devil. But it says Andrea Jones, the director of bird conservation for the California chapter of environmental organization National Audubon Society, says attacks are definitely rising. The increase we're seeing is because we're encroaching on bird habitats. Well, really, that's not the case, because how many years have people been on bird habitats and birds haven't attacked you? Okay? See, Esau think he could just continue saying what he think it is, and it's just going to stand like that. No, man. The increase we're seeing is because we're encroaching on bird habitats, so there are more bird-human interactions, she says. Most of the incidents arise when birds are trying to raise their young. Nesting birds are very defensive of their chicks, like a mama bear, she said, and will even attack animals much larger than themselves. During Mrs. Jones' time studying common terns on a beach island in Massachusetts, she was frequently attacked by a noisy dive-bombing squawking swarm and took to wearing a hat with plastic flowers attached, since birds typically attack the highest part of their target. Ornithologists says that it should say that study raptors and other birds of prey sometimes wear construction hard hats when checking nests for chicks. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna tell you why this is happening. Uh, right. This is Let me see what I'm gonna get. Let me see. I'm just gonna get 3 plain scriptures and I'm gonna close it out. That's all it takes for this lesson. Okay? But the Lord, let me see. Let me try Sirach 49 and 40 and 48. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. It was the 39th chapter. Let's see. I started the 25th verse. It says, for the good. Hold on. Actually, I start. I start the 20th verse. I start all the way up. He seeth from everlasting to everlasting. There is nothing wonderful before him. And who is the he? Your Lord, the Lord, and his name is Yahweh, not God. A man need not to say, what is this? Wherefore is that? For he had made all things for their uses. His blessing covered the dry land. The dry land as rivers, and water as it as a flood. As he have turned the waters into saltness, so shall the heathen inherit his wrath. That's you other nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. And keep in mind, I always put this out. You do have Israelites that look like heathens, but they're Israelites. Okay? As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they a stumbling block unto the wicked. And that's why they can't seem to fathom why things are happening on this earth like it's happening. The judgment, okay? Why animals are attacking you like that out of nowhere is a stumbling block. They think it's just an incident, a freak accident, right? For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole world, for the whole use of men, life are water, fire, iron, salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil. Here's the point. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Fire, hail, famine, death, and all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and sore punishing the wicked to destruction. Right? So the Lord put the spirit on these animals to commit such acts, man. Right? Now you notice you see now what's going on. You had recently in Chicago, you had a alligator who they so-called nickname Snap. I think it was Snap the alligator, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever it was, it don't matter. It was an alligator in the Chicago lagoon. And they said that's funny that's not even supposed to be there. Well, how is an alligator all the way in Chicago? Because the Lord said in the scriptures, women shall bring, in 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter, women shall bring forth monstrous children, okay? Monstrous beasts, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And wild beasts shall change their places, and that's what's happening, okay? You people, these animals are changing their course. That's why you see in mountain lions, okay? And you see in mountain lions coming out of the mountains, coming into inner cities, in the neighborhoods, killing pets, striking people. You see all types of weird animals, okay, wild wood-like animals coming into the cities, man. It's because the Lord's putting the spirit on them to do that. Some of them are attacking, man. If not most of them, just like this bird did, okay? And I actually got an example of that. What did I type in? Let me type in she-bear. Alright. So this is 2nd Kings. I'm on 2nd Kings is in the 24th verse, but I'm just going to see what I'm going to start at. I start at the 17th verse. This is Elijah, okay? I start here. It says, and he took, this 2nd Kings 2:14, and he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him and smote the waters and said, where is the Lord Yahweh of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elisha went over. And when the sons of the prophets were to view at Jericho saw him, they said, the spirit of Elijah doth rest on Elijah. It sounds like I'm saying Elijah, but Elisha. And they came to meet him and bowed themselves to the ground before him. And they said unto him, behold, now there be with thy servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master, lest peradventure the spirit of the Lord have taken him up and cast him upon some mountain or into some valley. And he said, ye shall not sin. And when they urged him to till he was ashamed, he said, sin. They sent therefore 50 men, and they sought 3 days, but found him not. And when they came again to him, for he tarried at Jericho, he said unto him, Did I not say unto you, go not? And the men of the city said unto Elisha, behold, I pray thee, the situation of this city is pleasant, as my Lord seeth, but the water is not, and the ground barren. And he said, bring me a new cruse, and put salt therein, and they shall bring it to him. And he went forth unto the spring of the waters, and cast the salt in there, and said, thus saith the Lord, I have healed these waters, there shall not be from thence any more death or barren land. So the waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha, which he spake. And he went up from thence unto Bethel, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. So these children are mocking him, okay, because he had a bald head, as you just saw. And look what the Lord did. And he turned back and looked on them and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the woods, and tear 42 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence and he returned to Samaria. So keep in mind, right? So he cursed them, okay? by the name of the Lord. And what the Lord do? The Lord put the spirit on 2 she-bears to come out the woods and attack, okay, and slay 42 of these kids, man. And that shows you that the Lord, okay, he doesn't play, man, when it comes to judgment, man. The Lord is no respecters of persons, as it says in the scriptures, man. It don't matter how old you are, it don't matter how good you look, don't matter how young you are, okay? Judgment is judgment when it comes to the Lord, man. It tells you in scripture that the Lord loveth judgment, okay? But the point being is he put the spirit on this animal, these 2 she-bears, to come out and commit this act. And it's the same thing now, man, okay? Because we coming into the time of Jacob's trouble, right? We come into the time of Jacob's trouble and all hell gonna break loose. And if you read in Jeremiah 15:1, then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. Okay? And that's mainly, 2/3 of our own people, because the Lord don't care about you heathens. Okay? He cares about the nation of Israel. But right now on this side, you're gonna have two parts of Israel. You're gonna have the 2/3, you're gonna have the 1/3. Lord willing, I'm part of the 1/3. Okay, the elect. Okay? 2 parts of Israel is gonna reject this word and they're gonna get put to death, man. Okay? And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then shalt thou tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, such as are for sword to sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such are for the captivity to the captivity. Right? So this is the time we're coming in. When all hell breaks loose, a majority of our people, the Israelites I'm talking to, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, confusion of faces, the ones that rejected this word, they're going to come turn it back, wanting answers on why it's happening and what to do. But that's what they're going to get. It's Jeremiah the 15th chapter in the 2nd verse, as I just read, man. And this is going to happen. The 3rd verse, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord. The sword to slay, the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy, man. Okay? That's what's going to happen. He's going to put the spirit on these animals, because that's going to be a part of the judgment too, man. These animals out here, man. You're going to have the economy collapse. You're going to have people killing each other. Okay, you're going to have Esau, which is the Lord's sword, killing, okay, people, mainly you Israelites. Okay? You also going to have these animals, man. All these animals that's in the woods, these animals that's caged, Esau got caged up in these zoos. All that's going to be, okay, used, okay, as the Lord's judgment, man. Okay? Those going to be his spirits of vengeance, man. He going to use all these, okay, in the time of Jacob's trouble for the disobedient, man. Okay? And then starting off now, man. You seeing it happen. You could just look it up. Somewhere somebody has been attacked by some wild animal. Okay? And this bird right here ain't a wild animal, man. You just seen her the other day. I did the famine video. You had the vultures. They was just attacking, okay, a live cow, man. A cow and his mom, man. They wasn't even dead, man. They was attacking them. Because the Lord's putting the spirit on these animals to do that. Okay? You're going to see, like you see in movies, I Am Legend, how he was, Will Smith was hunting where he hunt the deer with his dog Sam, and then the lions came out of nowhere and attacked the deer, even though it didn't attack him. Another movie with Mark Wahlberg, a lot of you probably know what I'm talking about, is The Happening, that came out back in '08. Okay? That movie where, I know I'm ranting, but I'm just getting my point through. A movie where you had this virus that was basically out in the air, and it would make people kill themselves. Okay? You seen the scene in the movie where one of the dude, he got caught, it was an Edomite, he had, the virus got into him, and he put his arm into the cage, and the lions, okay, they ripped his arms out of his sockets, man. Started ripping his body apart, man. Okay? That's what you're going to be seeing out here. You're going to be seeing just that out here, man. It's not just going to be, okay, people killing each other and Esau killing people. It's going to be animals as well, man. Okay? You're going to see a lot of final destination type deaths as you're seeing now. Okay? Job 5:19. He, which is talking about Yahweh, shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil test thee. And who's the thief he's going to deliver? He's going to deliver that remnant, the elect. That's who the Lord's going to be dealing with in these times, man. You could read that there's a bunch of scriptures. One that mostly come to my mind, 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, and I believe the 48th verse on down. Okay, he's gonna be dealing with his elect. That's when a lot of people are gonna find out that God does not love everybody. That He only loves a certain people, and they have to be Israelites. Okay. In famine, this is the 20th verse. In famine, He shall redeem thee from the death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So these wild animals that, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to have running loose out here, man. Okay, it's going to look like a jungle out here. Okay? But the elect, whoever they may be, Lord willing, I'm one of those men, they ain't got to worry about the animals, these wild animals attacking them. Okay? But thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thy visitation, thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin. Okay? So that's the point, man. In Jacob's trouble, these animals are going to be part of the Lord's, tool of judgment. Okay? And the elect, they're not going to be attacked by anything when it comes to Jacob's trouble. Okay? The elect is going to be reserved from the destruction, because the destruction, is for the wicked, as it says in Sirach, if I'm not mistaken, the 40th chapter. It's in one of the book chapters of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus. Destruction is for the wicked. Okay? So that's my lesson. Call Halal Allah Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Shalom, peace to the hopeful elect.